In this lesson, we'll understand principles of transportation and participants in transportation. There are two principles of transportation. First is economy of scale. Transportation cost per unit of weight decreases when the size of the shipment increases. It means if the goods loaded onto transportation vehicle is more, per unit weight transportation cost will reduce. It's a common knowledge that large capacity of transportation vehicle more goods can be transported at a time, which will decrease the transportation cost per unit. If the smaller is the capacity of a transportation vehicle, then transportation will carry a lesser amount of goods. More trips will have to be made, and that will increase the cost of transportation per unit. Fixed expenses such as administrative costs, invoicing costs, equipment costs associated with moving goods and materials gets spread over the entire weight of the load. This will help to decrease the cost of transportation per units of goods transported. For example, full truckload, this is called FTL, cost per unit load is less than LTL, that is less than truckload. Larger capacity transportation vehicle like railway or waterways, seaways are less expensive per unit of goods transported than the small capacity vehicles such as road transportation or air transportation. Economy of distance. Transportation cost per unit of distance decreases as distance increases. Transportation economy of distance is also referred to as tapering principle since rate or charges tapers decreases with the increase in distance transported. The rationale of economy of distance is similar to that of economy of scale. Larger distance allows the fixed expenses to be spread over more miles or kilometers, resulting in lower overall transportation cost per kilometer charged. Example, loading and unloading and other fixed charges gets spread over distance. Now we'll talk about who are the participants in transportation. There are five major participants in transportation. Shippers, shippers or transport agent, carriers or transport firm, consignee, the person who is going to receive the transportation goods, the government and the public. Shippers, shippers, the person who is sending his goods to be transported. The objective is moving the goods from origin to destination within a prescribed time limit at the lowest cost. Service includes pickup, delivery time, predictable transit time, zero loss and damage, and accurate exchange of information and invoice. Carriers, the transport what we call agency. Objective is to maximize revenue and minimize cost to complete transaction. Carrier wants to charge higher rate than consignee will accept and minimize labor, fuel and vehicle costs. Consolidation. To achieve this, carrier desires flexibility in pickup and delivery time to allow individual loads to be consolidated into economic of scale. How the public is concerned. Public is concerned with the transportation accessibility, that how transportation is accessible to the public, the expenses, how much expenses he is making on transportation, effectiveness of transportation, environmental safeguards and safety standards during transportation. Consignee, the receivers. The consignee and shippers have common objective of moving goods from origin to destination within a prescribed time limit at lower cost. Government. Transportation impacts economy. Government desires transportation to be stable and efficient to sustain economic growth. Transportation enables efficient movement of product to market throughout the country and thus promotes the product availability as reasonable cost. Government involved in form of regulations, promotions, ownership such as railways and air, roadways and expressways.